So yeah, today I'll be talking about Tyron Woodley versus Colby Covington. So yeah, I'm going to talk about Woodley first. Woodley's just a straight up beast. He's beaten quite a lot of people, the way he dispatched Lawler, the way he dispatched Condit, and even his fight with Stephen Thompson. When he got him down the first time in their first fight at 205, he just smothered him and he wanted to show off his wrestling skills, it looked like. But instead of smothering him, he should have just gone for the finish and started wailing on him. Because the reason why he's getting a lot of hate was because of the 209 fight, which was essentially the same as 205, the UFC 205 fight. Even the UFC one UFC 205 one got a fight of the night or whatever. The reason why, in my opinion, that one got fight of the night is because Stephen Thompson showed a lot of heart when he was stuck in that guillotine phrase. He just stayed there and put up with it. You knew that he really wanted it. And it was a very close fight a very hard fight to judge, to be honest, and it was a draw. So they were like, "Wow, this is crazy," and yeah, it got the fans really invested because they thought their boy Stephen Thompson was going to win the title, but Woodley was still the champion because obviously it went to draw. So yeah, the turn on fight, it was boring. I thought it was boring. I thought it was a really technical, good showing. But anyway, if Woodley had beaten Thompson at 205, he could have been like, "Yeah, bring me Damien Maia next." He could have shrugged off all the takedowns again, and boom, Woodley's back on top. He's looking like a beast, but no. So yeah, a lot of the fans boo him, and I don't like the way Woodley reacts to being booed because he's like, "Oh, the fans are hating on me." He should just take it in his stride and get the fan because he wants to be more successful, doesn't he? If you take it in your stride, the fans booing you'll make more money. Look at Floyd Mayweather. Look at Colby Covington. They've made money by getting the fans to hate on them. So he should be doing the same, really. He should be endorsing. This is a decent way to get him to make money because, people wanting to watch you lose, you'll make cash. So yeah, but I still think Woodley's a beast. Like I said, the way he dispatches people. He's got such a good resume as well. He's just brilliant. 3 title defences, brilliant welterweight. Probably in MMA for a while. I don't know of all time, but he's one of the most technical fighters ever. Like genuinely, he's just sick at that. So yeah, but yeah, I really like his fighting style. The only thing I don't like about him is how he reacted to the fans booing him. I didn't think that was cool what he said. But apart from that, Woodley's a beast. I've got loads of respect for him, and he's a legend. Now on to Colby Chaos Covington. He'd been pretty much unheard of before he beat Damien Maia. And when I first saw him beat Damien Maia, I thought, well, this dude's clearly very good because he's going against one of the best in the world. But this was after Damien Maia lost his fight to Tyron Woodley, so it's safe to assume that he's not as motivated, and he already had a title shot against Anderson Silva as well. So he's not going to be as bothered about it, really, because he's already got to the highest level, and he failed. So this is just a random fight for him, Damien Maia's also lost to Kamaru Usman recently. And before the Woodley fight, Damien Maia was on a 7-fight win streak. I don't mean to go off on a tangent about Damien Maia. I'm just saying why I don't think Colby's win over Damien Maia was that brilliant, I do think that Colby's win over RDA was very impressive, though. He definitely deserves some legitimacy from that because beating RDA, the way he beat him was amazing. Like, obviously, it wasn't a complete shit show for RDA. RDA did okay, he won a couple of the rounds, but Colby just kept putting the pace on him and he did really well, so I'm a big believer in Colby now. His trash talks, I don't know. I thought it was funny at first when he had a go at Brazil because they were all booing him and they were against him and whatever, and we didn't really, most of the MMA community didn't really know who this bloke was. So him making a big impact, saying all the things he said, that it was shocking and it all grabbed our attention. But stuff like having a go, like saying Mike Perry, your girlfriend's horse faced, and putting all this rubbish on Twitter. What else? Spoiling that really rubbish Star Wars film. What else did he do? He smashes nerds' faces in pies. He pays these actors to obviously these these women actors to pretend that they've slept with him and talking with him and having a good time, whatever, all that cool shit. He does all that crazy shit, and to be honest, some of that's cool, it's whatever, but you can tell it's so fake, and even though it made me laugh some of it, you can just tell it's fake. And MMA fighting, it's a real life sport, it's not a fake. You know, look at other trash talkers. Nick Diaz, it seems like he's being serious. All the stuff he's been through, you know, he's a bit of a gangster. He seems like a bit of a gangster the way he fights, you know, and he's just a beast. He's just an all-round beast. Conor McGregor again. He's just, you know, obviously this isn't who they are all the time, but it's sort of, you can tell it's not an act. You can tell they're real people. Chael Sonnen seems like a real person as well. You know, he seems like he's acting like himself. Colby Covington, he's just, it's just a fake. It's an act. But he's still a brilliant fighter, and he's making people a lot of money. A lot of people are going to watch him fight. So I don't know why Woodley's getting so annoyed at him, to be honest. It's pretty funny, because Woodley should just be saying, oh, thanks, mate, you're making me loads of cash, you know, I'm happy. RDA handled it somewhat well. He just kept saying, you're a fake, you keep acting like Conor McGregor, but a rubbish version of him. So, yeah, that was kind of good. But yeah, Colby's good. You know, yeah, Colby's good. So yeah, my predictions for this fight is that Woodley gets the TKO on Colby. Listen, I'd prefer Colby to win. I want him to win personally, even though he's a bit annoying. He makes the welterweight division a lot more entertaining than Woodley does. But I'll be happy for Woodley if he won, because it just continues his legacy. But like I said, I'd rather Colby win. But I think Woodley will get a TKO victory on him. So yeah, I know this fight hasn't been announced yet, but I'm pretty sure it will come about soon with Woodley beating Till. So you know, stay tuned and hopefully it should come about. But this video is just there for the sake of it. Just to give my thoughts on a fight that's probably going to happen. So yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.